Hey, I'm Lauren. Today we'll be treated to an exciting performance from famous poet Gez Walsh, performing one of his most famous books, A Spot on My Bum. The Year 6s are in for a treat.
Okay, so could you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
My name's Gez Walsh. I always start that, I don't know why I take a deep breath when I do that, for some strange reason. My name's Gez Walsh. I'm a writer, comedian, broadcaster, and tour around the world and around the country trying to annoy teachers and young people, basically.
Okay, so when did you first start writing poetry then?
About 1996. My first book came out in 1997. All the poems were written for my son Lee, who's now 26 and really irritating.
How old were you when you wrote your first poem?
That would have been about 1997, so I'd have been about 12.
Where do you get your inspiration from your poetry?
It's just things people say. A friend of mine said his mother used to say to him, if you said that again, you'd be laughing out the other side of your face. Which is a stupid thing. My mother once said to me, get down out that tree, if you break your legs, don't come running to me. So it's just things people say.
Personally, what's your favourite poem?
My favourite poem that I've written is The Spot on My Bum.
Why is that your favourite poem?
Because that's what started it all off. Without the spot on my bum, I wouldn't be sat here now. Not literally the spot on my bum, but the poem, The Spot on My Bum. Without that, I wouldn't actually be sat here now. In fact, if I had a spot on my bum, I wouldn't be sat at all. I'd be stood at this moment in time.
Why do you think poetry is important to the Year 6's education?
Because it's easy. It's easy to digest. It's just bite-sized. It's just a few lines, and then you're on to something else. Whereas if it's a whole book, they have to sit there for ages and ages. And really, that's quite difficult for some people, including me.
And when you come into schools, how do you think that helps the Year 6s to enjoy poetry more? It's
breaking down boundaries, isn't it? And I get everybody involved, you know, the teachers, the kids, everybody, so hopefully everybody has a good time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody here want to be a performer? Does anybody here fancy being a performer? The thing about presenting is the worst thing about presenting is having an accent, and it's the way you stood. I used to do something for the ITV. I used to do some fronting for some shows, and I never saw any of the shows, and I wondered what happened to them. And one night I was up, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden I popped up on the TV, and it was about old people retiring to the East Coast. It was smaller than you, as a little old man who stood in front of me. I wasn't aware the way I stood or the way I looked, and I went and he goes, anyway, why did you move to the East Coast? I just put we came up here 3 years ago, right? And I wasn't aware that I actually stood above him like that with a microphone. So you have to be careful the way you actually stand and the way you actually present yourself. And I come across as being quite arrogant, mainly because I'm quite arrogant, but I come across as being, I wasn't aware. And the other thing as well, you see, inside here, it's Brad Pitt, outside here, it's Mr. Bean. You're actually aware of how you actually look. That's the worst thing as well, you know, and how you stand, so you have to be a little bit aware of that. Take your microphone and clear off.
Okay, thank you very much for coming in and
thank you.
Changing the Year 6's opinion on poetry.
They'll never be the same again.
Wow, that was fantastic. Gez really got the kids going. Even I was excited. This is Lauren reporting for Torch TV.